Audit here, and today we are here with Ecom Finance. We got three lovely gentlemen. We got Zaid, the CEO and founder. We have Ronaldo, the CTO, also founder. And we have the Canadian boy, who is the marketing manager. How you doing, gentlemen?
What's happening? How are you? And it's
All
not
good,
Canadian
man.
boy, it's
All
Canadian boy.
Canadian. Here, let me correct it really quick. Canadian boy.
There you
Is
go.
that better?
Yeah.
Okay. He's a manly man, and I respect it. A man after my own rigid heart, I tell you.
Good point.
So Zaid, you are big man on campus, Mr. CEO. Let's start off with you. So
Hey, man.
Tell me, for the uneducated peons at home, I'm not meaning to call my listeners peons. I'm talking about people that aren't CEOs, right? The people that are trapped in that punching the clock. What does that mean for Ecom Finance when we say CEO?
Well, first of all, it's the status of the business right now, and CEO is a chief executive officer for the business itself. So it's a very high position, let's say.
Okay.
He's the big cheese, man. That's what it comes down to. That's all.
It's the boss.
It's the boss. There's nothing more to say.
It's the boss man. He makes decisions and sits on the beach and never works because that's how people perceive.
Oh, no.
That's how
I
people
do work,
perceive
mate.
CEOs, right?
The CEO works harder than everyone else. So.
I know. Like that's the thing. Like I don't know if you ever used to work slave labor is what I call those, 9 to 5 jobs, right? The slave labor jobs.
Yeah, I call it peasant jobs. That's right.
Peasants, a lot of them. But you always meet those people that will talk about their boss. They're like, oh, he's probably just sitting on the beach somewhere, not doing anything. And I'm thinking to myself, you know how much money's flowing through the company right now? And do you have any idea what kind of work goes into that?
Exactly, yeah.
Dude probably doesn't sleep.
I don't.
Man. Grinding.
I think my members and my community members could vouch on that as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's for sure. I've even told him to get off the boards for a bit, but he just doesn't listen. Yeah.
Well, he's the boss. You don't gotta listen.
He's the big boss. That's what happens.
This is actually, you might do the same thing I do, right? Like, people are giving you the advice to do less, right? And then when you see someone overwork, you're like, you're going to stop or I'm going to put you on restriction for a while. You got to take care of yourself.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
I have threatened to fire people if they don't sleep and eat. I'm like, listen, I care about you too much. I'll fire you.
Actually, I do the same. I always advise my admins and stuff to get enough rest and stuff, but
they work better when they eat food and get
exactly sleep. Yeah. Definitely, mate.
People like you and me, right? We're people that function on a higher performance level on a very long period of time. I don't know if we're built different or if we've just adapted to it, right? But most people
adapted to it. I'll say I adapted to it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Most people they're not if they're not used to it, right? They burn out quick. We did not start working 100-hour weeks. We didn't go from 0 to 100 overnight.
No.
We developed that intestinal fortitude to get there. I know I put in 100-hour weeks every single week, and I've done so for the past year with no days off. Yeah,
definitely, dude. Look, there's people out there that want everything and they say they work hard, but really they don't. And then there's people that have no choice, especially at your beginnings, most of us. And we just kept on grinding. And next thing you know, from 40-hour weeks, it became 100-hour weeks. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just to accomplish the goals, which is great.
It came out of necessity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, Zay, do you have a job outside of what you're doing here?
No, I used to have a job. I was a senior business data consultant before this.
Okay.
I had to leave that job for this, so I've got 100% commitment into Ecom Finance.
Yeah, because I know when I started my business, right, I was working full time in a factory on a forklift, right? And I was putting in 60 hours there, but the company could not afford for me to put in less than 40 hours a week, right? So it came out of this thing to where it was like, this had to succeed because, I make content. Basically what we do is we have multiple YouTube channels and we put out different content, and I got a lot of people depending on me. So I would work my full-time job, come home from the forklift, peel off my work clothes and sit directly into the chair and start streaming as soon as I walk through the door. And like I would explain this to people and they wouldn't get it until they would be in the house when I would come home and they see me just peel off work clothes and I'd be like covered in filth and not even enough time to shower in between day job and this job.
Some ladies love that.
Oh yeah, they don't.
They dig it, mate.
Are you kidding me? Come on, what kind of ladies are these?
They dig it, bro.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
And it's like this. It's this thing of this is why you had to quit your day job. I can tell you right now, it became unfeasible to keep working a job that had less potential because you were looking at it and you were like,
yeah,
well, if I could dedicate the same amount of time that I've been splitting into this one thing, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
the rewards afterwards, mate. You feel the achievements and stuff, and you're doing it for yourself. And it's basically like it becomes a passion.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the end of the day, guys, famous words: if you don't work, don't be a malaca, like they say.
100%.
I just threw that in.
Yeah. Also, I gotta say something. You got a team member that's not here, Marcel Fernandez. He looks like Benicio del Toro.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
He gets a lot of attention. He gets a lot of, even from the men's. He gets a lot every time.
Looks like
there's a review.
Benicio del Toro. He also
let me tell you one thing about him. Every time someone's doing a review on him on YouTube or whatever, they come up to his picture and they're like, "Whoa, this guy, he looks like something." They'll ignore me or Ronaldo and they'll go straight to Marcel.
Well, Ronaldo looks like I'd meet him at like one of those Apple stores. Like one of the geniuses at the Apple stores, which I don't know why they call them.
He's
geniuses.
a genius.
I don't know why they call the Apple store employees geniuses, because if they did, they wouldn't be a salesperson for Apple at an outlet mall.
How can you book the phone, Ronaldo? Tell me.
No, but Ronaldo is a true genius.
And that's one of the fun things I like to do, because like they got their pictures on the website so you can see what I'm talking about, and their website is actually very beautiful, and they have a very strong distinguished brand identity, which I love. It's like the color purple is great, and also the website moves a little bit when you move your mouse, which is very cool. It's very satisfying to me. It's
That's thanks to the genius. Thanks to Ronaldo Genius, yeah.
Oh yeah, Ronaldo, Apple Store man.
Oh, thanks so much.
Of course, like it's all in good fun and jesting. I have a lot of respect for the hard work that you guys are doing, because I understand how much hard work it is. Because I talk to new crypto projects every single day. Like every single day, I'm talking to somebody new, and then sometimes I talk to the same people more than once in a week and stuff like that. And I know how much work goes into it. So I gotta say, good job so far. Thing.
Yeah. I talk to Ronaldo more than I talk to my own wife.
You're married?
I became Ronaldo's wife.
Yeah, it's true. All day long.
I'm on the phone to him constantly. Like,
I get it.
Throughout the day, yeah.
The person I talk to the most is my business partner. And like it's like we've made the joke, like it's a shame both of us aren't gay, because we'd work really well together. I mean, he's gay. I'm just not. I'm not into that. My exit only, please. But
I think Canadian boy is gay.
Oh, Canadian boy is listen.
If you listen.
I'm a giver, not a taker, bro.
We have parties every week. We have parties every week to where if you want to get yourself a nice little femboy, I got you, bro. I got
Marcel is definitely gay. So any gays out there who's interested, contact Marcel.
It's true.
Well, hopefully that's like a legit thing and not like we're spreading disinformation and he's going to get a flood of dicks. That would be a shame. But also, I'm going to say this in the same breath: hilarious.
The truth of the matter, though, is I'm just going to bring us back down to earth a little bit. It is a marriage, though. A business
It is.
partnership is a marriage. That's what
Definitely.
it comes down to. You're both grinding. You're both trying to make a success out of your business. So yeah, obviously you spend more time with each other. It's normal, but it's healthy,
Yeah.
and that's how a business grows. Especially if you're both or everyone's on the same track of mind. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So-
And
So good. It's
That's-
a good partnership.
that's the big thing. You have to have good partnerships and close relationships with the people you work in because you have to be able to trust them. You know, I've seen a lot of people make the mistake of they go into these crypto projects and with people that are relatively unknown to them, right? And
That's right.
like there was the first interview I ever did was Kazoo Coin, and one of the devs on the team had like a back door into the program and stole all the liquidity out of the guy. And I felt bad. I felt bad for this dude, right? Because
Wow.
he paid for advertising out of his own bank account directly.
Damn.
And
Jeez.
he fully believed in the project. And like that sucks. He paid me in fiat for advertising, and part of his team robbed him. And it broke my fucking heart because he's such a nice guy, right?
Yeah.
So
man.
that's
Oh,
why
shit happens, man.
No.
Business,
that's why it's
unfortunately,
important that you and Ronaldo are in a lot of connection with each other and you talk with Canadian Boy
Yeah.
and the team communicates, because it only takes one really shady to capsize a whole ship,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
you know?
Definitely.
And so
Yeah.
Ronaldo,
That's why
Yeah,
I'm marrying. I'm getting married to Ronaldo soon, so should be all right.
you know, in some places polygamy is legal, so I'm excited. Send me an, I'll officiate. I'm crypto god. I have to have some authority
Oh yeah.
in arranging crypto marriages.
Oh, cool.
In
Well-
crypto we trust, right?
Oh,
Exactly.
definitely.
So Ronaldo, man. So CTO. Explain CTO to people at home, please.
So
I think he's
That's it. You
everything.
can take your time. It's not a problem.
yeah, I'm not a native speaker, so some questions I prefer that they talk for me because I talked with him all day long, but he speaks more slowly and it's more easy.
So
Okay, Ronaldo is the CTO, Chief Technical Officer.
Mhm.
So he deals with the technical side of everything. He's a coder, and he manages all the websites and the contract and everything. But we both got like 50-50 share on everything. So yeah.
Oh, that's cool. See, that's the type of deal that I have with my business partner. We split everything down the middle and we share the responsibility of the company's expenses between each other. And so that's really great that you have that set up, because that speaks a lot to me. And I'm coming to you, Canadian Boy, next, because
I'm getting ready.
Oh yeah. And so when you talk to business people, we have a language, right? You can
Exactly,
tell when a person is about
Yeah.
the work and they're about like being serious, and they're like they just want to, like, they're always thinking of ways to expand their business, and they're asking the right questions, and the way they talk, you can just tell, like, oh, this person does business. Because successful people have a language. And that's something I really noticed about Canadian Boy, because he was all about the business last time we talked. So, Canadian Boy, tell me a little bit about yourself and why you call yourself boy when you're a man, and what you do for Ecom Finance.
Well, I run a few businesses, actually. I'm not going to get into the details, but I like working, unfortunately and fortunately. There has to be a time I have to stop as well and take a breath. But we do that once in a while when we get sick.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Yeah.
other than that, I call
Then
myself
we blame the man flu.
the man flu. Yeah,
Yeah.
My,
I've had this. Yeah.
So
Go
my
ahead.
uncle, you'll really appreciate this, right? He worked for a Boeing for years, and then it turned into Spirit Aircraft, and like he has sick days that he's guaranteed, right? But what he'll do is he'll call in to redeem his sick days and tell them that he's going fishing, because he's like, listen, if I'm going to be sick, I might as well still make money.
That's right.
Like, if I'm going to
Be sick. Yeah, I'm still gonna make money, right?
Yeah. And he's like, if I'm going to be sick, I might as well be here. I hate this place anyways.
Nice.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
And so that's where
Yeah.
I kind of get my work ethic, right? Because it's like, if I'm owed time off, I'm going to spend it the way I want to, not puking in a
Yeah.
toilet. I'll puke in their toilet, make them send me home, make them force me to stop. But like, you know, it's a little different when it's your own business. You really don't ever want to stop for any reason whatsoever.
No.
And I hate, and like Canadian boys, I could tell is in the same thing. I love to work. I love to work. I love the dance. I love the process. I like grinding. I like seeing numbers come out of nowhere, and I like seeing just progress. I love.
Yeah, but Crawley, let me ask you a question. How many times have you said to yourself, which I'm sure you have, I wish I can clone myself, right?
all the time, because you know
Never
what?
gonna find a guy that grinds like yourself.
If
To
absolutely,
hire somebody, it's never gonna happen.
it's like this thing of, if I just had 3 of me, I could conquer the f***ing world.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's so hard to find people because you can't hire those people. That's the problem.
No, you can't. No.
You can't hire people like us because we already make enough money to where we don't want to work for anybody else. That's why we do what we do. You know what they call those people? Entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Big malakis or big. One of the two. But anyway.
And I think it came from like just like, we're at our base core, we're kind of an asshole and don't like being told what to do. Like, my whole reason of going into business for myself is about 2 years. 2 years ago, I was like, well, I don't like the idea someone tells me I can only make 30 grand, 60 grand, 100 grand, 500 grand a year. I don't like that idea. That's a bad idea.
Yeah, it's like a cap. Yeah.
I don't like a
you
glass ceiling. So I started thinking to myself, and that's where all this came from. I was like, what can I do that doesn't have a glass ceiling where I can really just take my fortune and my future and my circumstances into my own hands? And it led me here, right? Like, I just didn't want to work and be told how much I could make. Because, you know, most people like 250K, they'd be very, very satisfied with that. But I'm like, I don't know. I don't like the idea of being pigeonholed. I don't like the limitation.
Yeah,
I was on a 400K a year salary, so I
400
left
what?
that for
400K what?
Ecom
Rupees? What are you
Finance.
talking about? What 400K?
No, it's dollars, mate. $400,000.
Now, is that like Russian, Australian, Canadian?
No,
Anyway,
US dollars. It was
But
definitely
you
US dollars, mate.
get my point, right? You get my point. Like, we're here doing what we're doing now because we're free thinkers, lateral thinkers, and we wanted to really just kind of make a difference in our own lives. And what you've probably noticed is, as you make a difference in your personal life, you can legitimately make a difference in others. And that's where we come and do talking about e-finance. So someone tell us about this project for the people at home.
Okay, Ecom Finance. Basically, our motive here is to change the future of crypto. So we introducing a payment system built in an app where it's like a wallet. You store all your cryptos in there, and we integrating a debit card with it. So you could have the cryptos in there, then you swap it for the eCoin token itself, then spend that eCoin tokens with your debit card.
It's a fantastic idea.
It is.
Yeah.
It's great. It's basically it's your own debit card crypto. Boom.
Yeah, it's like your own bank in a way as well.
That's
so
right.
You make an eCoin a fiat currency, basically, like the opposite of fiat currency, actually. So
No, it's good. It's good. And
That's great, actually.
with eCoin too, your card, you got your app too, right? Zaid?
exactly, yeah.
Right.
Yes,
That's
the
coming out,
app.
the wallet.
The wallet, yeah, to store all your cryptos, and you could also swap your cryptos for the eCoin. But the main utility of eCoin is, without eCoin, you weren't able to make purchases. So you would always need eCoin. So the demand is there for the eCoin token itself.
That's great.
It's a growing business, baby. That's what I like to hear.
That's fantastic. Like, is the card, like, I'm looking at your thing, is that live now?
It's not live. No, it's still in development.
Okay.
It's almost ready, baby. It's almost ready. Come
Yeah.
on, Zaid, tell
That's
'em.
coming.
That's so cool. That's really cool because I was just thinking yesterday, like legitimately, right? Because I like to hear it from the horse's mouth, so to speak, when it comes to these projects. Like, yeah, I did a little bit of reading and so on and so forth. I more just look at the things that a project's connected to versus like, say, like what everything that they're doing, because I like to hear it so my enthusiasm and my reactions can be genuine. That's the big reason for it. And I was just thinking to myself yesterday, and maybe it's because I kind of like saw the ad and I saw the card on there. I thought to myself, man, someone needs to legitimately just create a card that you can pay for everything with crypto. Like that needs to happen. And I also, you know what I really like about your roadmap, by the way?
Yeah.
Something I want to really point out is you guys work down your roadmap on exactly what you can actually do rather than waiting to complete the next step. You just continue to try to knock out parts of your phases, because I notice like you get stuff all the way in phase 4 done, yet in phase 2, there's stuff that you're waiting
past our roadmap. Yeah, we blew past our roadmap. We've been we launched on the 15th of May, so it's been about nearly 2 months now. Yeah, 2 months. And we blew past our phases, yeah.
That's really cool, because what you'll see with a lot of these other projects, right? They will stop at the part that they're waiting on completing, and they won't move on to the other things. Like, for instance, when you're in phase 2, you're waiting for the BSC scan. It says that it's submitted, and the marketing campaign in phase 3 is in progress.
We'll jump onto something else straight away.
And you jump onto something else, because that's what you have to do in business. That's what you got to do in business. If you're waiting on something, you can't afford to just sit back and wait on that.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't. You can't sit back and just wait. That's not how life works.
That's right. You got to keep on going, keep grinding, man. Definitely.
That's not how it works. So it's really, really cool that you guys are actually pushing, regardless of like, because that's how I could tell that you guys are actually like entrepreneurs, because you're like, well, this is the plan, but we got to do stuff while we're waiting on the stuff that's in the plan. Like, it's in progress. We're working on it. Some of these things take longer than others. Like, for instance, the phase 4 live AMA, right? Like, that's easy. We're here. We're doing it, right? Like, that's the whole thing. And then we're like, well, new exchange listed, so on and so forth. That's going to take some time, because developing exchanges and stuff takes time. And, you're probably like in the process of getting the beta testing secured and all of that. It's like do what you can now, and then work on the stuff that takes a lot of time to actually like do it right. Rather than
things later. Exactly.
Like, don't sit on your hands, people.
Yeah. With Ecom Finance, we don't see any obstacles. We go around the obstacle or jump over the obstacle. So that's how we see it.
Yeah, I mean,
if there's an obstacle in front,
in business, there's no problems, only questions that need answers and obstacles to overcome. Like, like when someone's like, we have a problem, like, that's not a problem. It's a little harder than the rest of the stuff we have to deal with. What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
Shut up. Like, I don't believe in problems. I believe in getting answers and solutions for my team and what we're doing. Like, I'm sure, Zaid, when you wake up, you're like, I have things that I need to do, right? I have things that I got to go do, and I have to.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm always awake, mate. Yeah.
Like, you probably wake up every day, right? You probably wake up every day, and you have things.
I've got a schedule. Yeah, definitely.
And you have to answer questions every day, right? Like,
I'm always on. Yeah, answering questions and finding solutions for any problems that we face.
Crawley.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah, guys. Crawley, did you check the website, right? You saw the web pages?
Yeah.
You saw we're so young. Okay, eCoin is so young, and we just keep on growing. Did you see who's supporting eCoin?
Yeah, I actually was looking at
Darcy. I know you've been staring at her picture, but that's Darcy. Okay,
Darcy.
She's an actress.
She's releasing a new movie I think, on the 21st.
Darcy
Wednesday, I think.
Donovan. Let me look at Darcy Donovan really quick.
Look at Darcy Donovan, but don't take your sweet time looking at her. Let's.
I'm talking about, let's look at her work really fast. Let's see what she's involved in, because she's connected to this project.
Right.
Yes, she
So
is 100%.
we look at, she's known for her work in Anchorman, My Name is Earl,
Yep.
Parks and Recreation, Modern Family. Okay. And then we look at other things. You know, she's been involved in a lot of stuff. We're looking at the IMBD right now, right? And she's got a really nice resume of a lot of different works. Like, it's great, to be honest, that, you know, she's on your, she's on the thing. She's right
got
there.
over 6 million followers just on Facebook.
That's crazy, man. And then you got this other person, Nina Wright.
Yeah, she's a Twitter influencer.
Twitter influencer. So we look at her, she's got 42.2K, and she has a very active following, which is pretty fantastic. You got some good names attached to this stuff. And then, of course, you know, you got all sorts of different, like, people connected to what you're doing and things of that nature. You see that you got
we have some
partners.
We have some big people coming to us, bro.
Yeah,
I can't really say it, but there's the future of this coin is just very bright, and big people. That's a mystery for now, but things are gonna happen shortly, you know. And
then
all our listeners,
coming few weeks.
I mean, now's a good time to really support this coin, jump into this coin. The market cap is at peanuts level. This thing is just gonna blow up soon. I don't even want to sell it. I don't want to sound like I'm just pumping it or selling it. It's just, unfortunately, I can't tell you. I wish I can, but look, just by seeing Darcy and Nina, there's more coming, guys. There's just more coming.
There's bigger names than that, yeah.
You know, there was a lot of stuff that you guys alluded to that you couldn't talk about, which I love that, by the way. I love it when there is just a lot of things that are in the works, because
it's basically just boiling up to explode. Let's just put it that way. It's like a volcano just waiting to erupt.
I'm like really curious about it. Like, are you sure there's nothing you can tell me? Because we could give like a sneak peek here.
I wish I could. Seriously,
okay, I'll tell you this.
Okay, I'm ready. Edge of my seat.
Don't tell me who he is, but the richest guy that you know
personally.
Personally.
Okay.
What's his valuation?
He's a multi-millionaire very easily.
Okay. So how about you multiply your multi-millionaire by, I don't know. Let's say we got a pretty close to getting a guy with a B behind him.
Oh. That could literally be anybody who has the B in front of their bank account.
Edit that part out, Crawley, please.
Like, it could legitimately, like, I mean, now I'm like curious, and I'm like, okay, who is it? And I realize, like, everyone who's like super rich, very cool.
So now, Zaid, did you show him the videos of the video game stuff?
What?
Oh yes.
What?
What do you mean? Come on, guys, let's get with the program. Put it on.
That's the stuff you need to show me. God,
virtual marketing. The virtual marketing is cool. Oh yeah. Basically, have you ever played Grand Theft Auto?
I have flown a tank or two.
Okay. Grand Theft Auto is like a virtual city. So you got like virtual billboards and stuff like that in the game.
So
we have advertised on them virtual billboards in the game. So there are
one in so you could see it. Is it possible?
Yeah.
In our little chat here.
You know what? If you put it and I can watch it on here, and
no, the file is too big. I tried sending you early on. The file was too big, so I couldn't send you on Discord.
You know what you need to do? You need to send it, put it into a Google Drive folder. And then just...
I think Ronaldo could handle that one.
Put it on Google Drive and just send me a link and make sure it's viewable by anybody with a link.
First of all, you need GTA 5, to play this game.
Sorry, guys, I don't want to get too technical, but I'd like for Crawley to see it now. Is it possible you could put it on your Telegram site and just let Crawley just sneak peek it?
Yeah, I could send it to his colleague, Neil, because Neil's on my Telegram.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me go check that out real quick. All right,
So
I'm gonna take a look at this now. Now that we got it sorted out, let me look at this here, okay? I'm gonna full screen this. I want the full. Actually, I'm gonna put it on the screen that's directly in front of
You
my
need the
face.
volume right up as well.
Oh,
Volume high
I
up.
have the volume up. I'm ready. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna watch this. It's a minute and 19 seconds. Let's go. Oh, it's like right there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we getting paid soon. I'm a cop with Gatty soon.
That's a
Rocky
banger.
busting off, better hold Ecom Finance. Let me do my little dance. Go and give me more room.
Now do you see where Ecoin is headed?
See you in my rear view.
Oh yeah.
Hold that
Look at this.
Ecoin. Hold that
Let's do it.
Ecoin. See that rocket
Let's
busting
go.
off. Hold that Ecoin.
That is some beautiful placement on that mother. Look at that. Like really visible.
Then they keep burning
Like,
up.
really
I'ma
clear.
watch my money grow while I keep running up. Usain Bolt, how we run it up. Other communities ain't strong as us.
Huh.
Just woke up this morning, looked at my
3 million online gamers every day.
Yeah, we early to the party. Riding
Watching
dick
it.
like
Oh,
a
that
Harley. Hold that
fucking
Ecom
helicopter
Finance
with
through
the
bear
billboard.
market. Hit the
Digital billboards are the future, I'm telling you that right
for the
now.
Tesla. We
Yep,
got
they
AK
are.
holders and we just getting started.
Wow. That's
So can you imagine? You're sitting back, bunch of your friends. You're playing this game. You start picking off people, shooting them out, getting into cars, flying helicopters, and you just see the eCoin billboards everywhere. Aren't you going to stop and say, "What the hell is that?"
yeah. I mean, that's the basis of everything. Now, what game was that?
Grand Theft Auto.
Did you said Grand Theft Auto 5?
Exactly what I said.
You said Grand Theft Auto 5.
5.
Now,
Yeah.
now you
Five.
said Grand Theft Auto Grand
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Grand
Cinco.
Theft Auto.
Malaka, wake up! Let's do it! Come on!
It was in.
It's huge.
You understand that Grand Theft Auto is a name?
It's a brand
Oh, it's
name.
Canadian boy, but let's do it. Yes, that's
Grand-
what we're talking about.
That's a name, right? Like that's a recognizable name, and you made it into the game.
Yep.
Huh. Let's see here. Grand Theft Auto 5 sold 20 million units in 2020.
That's 2020.
That's 20 million units of a fucking game.
So we got the game. We got Darcy. We got a lot more coming. We got the card. We're getting.
You
We got YouTube influencers. We
Give
got
me a second to
also-
process, Canadian.
Fucking digest it.
Just give me a
Digest
second
it.
to process because that's Grand Theft Auto. I've flown
That is.
tanks in their worlds.
Piques your interest now, huh?
I
Not a
mean,
regular coin.
okay. So I was taking you serious before. Like, so I'm just like, my brain just like, that's Grand Theft Auto. That's
right.
a titan of gaming industry that you've kind of just like whipped your out and tossed it in there. And that's big. That is like,
massive.
do your holders like, are all of them aware of that?
Yeah, they are actually. That's why they've invested now. But,
Like,
the-
because I'm going to say this,
Yeah.
because every person that plays Grand Theft Auto, those games are in code and they're permanent. That's permanent thing. That's 20 million people with eyes on the project. If that does not instill some form of confidence, then you're kind of stupid. Like how do you not see what's happening here and realize, oh, this is great?
You see, but Crawley, this is why we need you to tell people to bring eyes into the project. When I was saying this project is at the bottom, it's at the bottom. This is bargain prices, man.
It really is, because
It is.
here's the thing. You guys are saying something huge is coming. Something huge is coming. Like most other tokens, GTA 5 would be their big thing.
Yeah.
That
Well, I'm
would
gonna
be
tell
their
you-
big thing.
I have something for you right after this interview.
Okay.
At the end of the interview.
Okay. But
Just bring this up again.
my point being, okay, first off, there's a couple things that people need to look at when they look at a currency, because as I said, there's some innovative stuff happening here that not really anybody else is doing, like the contactless debit card. Okay, that's that thing that is in development right now.
That's right.
Extremely innovative. And as soon as that launches, I want you to bring you back so we can, like, yeah.
We could
Hey,
have a
man.
party. We could just hold a party and just go wild.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to party any day of the week. But as it were, though, okay. So let's look at the facts of the things that are supporting this project that are in place now. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Let me go through with it. Yeah.
You have a really solid team that is very close and that know each other very personally. That right there, that's a massive value. Now, you guys have gone through your audit, correct?
That's correct. Yeah. We just completed that about a few days ago, and it passed without no issues.
Fantastic.
So no security threats.
Now, where can people find your audit?
It's on the site spacetech.io, and
Okay.
it's also visible on our website. So if they just click that link where it says certified smart contract audit by Spade Solidity,
Okay.
they will
I see that
go
on
direct to the link.
I see that right there. Right.
Also, it's on the white paper as well. So they could view it on there.
So you guys have passed your audit. That's another big thing, right?
Yeah.
That's huge.
That's something we achieved just a few days ago. So before that, we locked our liquidity for 2 years. So we have no access to our liquidity for 2 years, and we doxed ourselves, the devs.
Right.
Also,
Devs
we
are
have
doxed, so you see them.
Yep.
I mean, everything is very transparent. There's
Yeah.
nothing to hide. Everything is there.
Also, the main big thing is we registered Ecom Finance Limited in the UK, so we are a legitimate company.
So is that an S corp then, because of the executive functions of your title?
You say escort.
S corp. S corp. Okay.
I know. I'm joking.
Not selling myself, no, unless there's a good offer on the table.
But yeah, I noticed that you guys have your incorporated, right?
That's right. Yes. Yeah.
So we have that supporting it, right? And then we look at the
Yes.
names that are attached to it with Darcy Donovan and Nina Wright, and you have your various YouTube partners and whatnot. Which I'll be honest, I'm more friendly, I think. Just saying. But with all joking aside, though, we look at the names that are connected to the project. We look at the fact that you guys actually spent money to have a song produced. We look at the fact that you guys have some really nice made ads and made material and content for people to look at. We look at the fact that you were in GTA 5, and we see these things, and it starts to paint a very clear picture of a phenomenal foundation for a project that's planning to do some big things. And that's my takeaway, right?
Yeah.
Now, of course, we have to always say, not financial advice by any means, but I think it would be very foolish for anyone to sleep on this project.
That's correct.
That's correct. Yes. Yeah.
Like, I think it would be foolish. And here's the thing, right? And I know some people, when devs hear me say this, like, oh my God, he's suggesting conservative investing, just because people are kind of crazy and they'll sell their house and put into a project, right? I don't ever condone that, because, I have to look out for my listeners. But I do think it'd be a smart idea to put something into this project, because if you deliver even a fraction of what you have planned,
We are delivering.
yeah,
Not if
right.
we are.
But you get my point, right? Because I
get
can't
it, I get it, yeah.
offer guarantees here. I
That's
really
right.
can't.
Yeah.
Because it's unethical for me to, right? But what I will say is, when you follow through, because that is your intention. So if you follow through, it's the intention. Don't mind the language, right? I have to kind of be like, run things properly as a YouTube channel, because if I start offering predictions, they'll shut me down, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, and plus, I don't want to be that kind of podcast. With that being said, when it's delivered and we start seeing these things come to fruition, you're going to wish you would have gotten now.
Exactly. Yeah.
And of course,
You'll be hitting yourself. Yeah.
Of course,
You'll be
make sure you
hitting
can pay your
yourself
bills, right? Like, I don't believe in investing broke. Investing till you're broke.
Yeah.
I don't.
Invest what you could afford to lose.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I don't ever advocate that. Like Grant Cardone's like, invest broke. Put all your savings into investments, and I'm like,
No.
I don't know, Grant. I don't know. I don't know. But with that being said, though, when we're looking at this project, I see a lot of potential. And I think it would be a foolish thing not to at least do some research and look for yourself and then make an educated decision, because I always advocate do your own research. And
I mean, we've taken all necessary security measures and the safety measures of the investors, so everything is there. So the investment will be safe and secured.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's the main thing.
What I'm saying by doing your own research is I'm saying go and read through it so you can have some peace of mind when you go invest.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
And because the difference between this podcast and others is I have a retired paralegal who's new into crypto, and I don't want her to blow her retirement on investing, like legitly. Because if I told her hey, yo, go drop 10 grand on it, I'd be very concerned that she would. You know what I mean?
No, I get what you're saying. Fair thing to do. It's good for your viewers too. At least
Well,
you're not being
just that. They can't spend the money right away too. That's the other thing, right? Because once it's invested, they need to hold on to it and keep it in there for a while so they can see profit, right? Because it does you no good if you buy 8 grand of it today and then you need to spend 4 grand for rent. Then you have to sell half your bag.
No, we want people to grow with us, man. We don't need anybody to put in there. Look, whatever you can afford, this project, everybody should grow together.
What I will say is this. Actually, I will make a slight kind of endorsement. Are you ready? I have this thing I call bologna sandwich success, right? And it's a risk-free investment strategy. Are you ready? It's risk-free because of this. When you go out to work this week, instead of eating out at work or eat out less once a week or once a month, and take the difference of what it would take you to eat out, eat at home, pack a lunch, take the difference and invest into this project. So that way you are actually at zero risk because you were going to shit it out anyways.
Yeah.
That's a nice way of putting it, yeah.
Yeah.
Bologna sandwich success. Just live a little bit more conservatively and invest the money we're going to waste. And if you do that with this project, I do believe that, they're going to continue to deliver and work hard. I don't have a doubt about that. The thing that concerns me is never with this particular project isn't the team, right? You never know what other holders are going to do.
That's right.
Exactly,
That's why I espouse caution, because it's not whether or not the team is going to deliver. It is whether or not the community acts right.
That's correct. I mean, this is a community-driven token, so the risk is there as well. So we can't control the whole community.
And that's why I was saying it that way, right? Because as far as it goes, you guys are doing all the work you need to succeed. Now, you guys got to be kind of like Warhammer 40K orcs and just believe enough can fly. That's it. I don't know if you guys have ever played Warhammer.
There's people, no.
There's these orcs, and this is my favorite example for a crypto project. If they believe enough that they can fly, they can fly. If they believe that they're bulletproof, they'll be bulletproof. If they believe that someone has a gun and they go pow, and they believe that gun's loaded, they'll die, right? Crypto's no different. It's no different. Your belief will drive the project. So if you just believe a little bit, people, and you hold, and you do these things, you will.
I mean, it's a long-term investment. It's
Absolutely.
not like a pump and dump. We're not as a pump and dump or a meme coin token. So
I can see that.
It's a real investment.
I can 100% see that. So what I'll say, people, is just have a little bit of faith. Believe, and I do personally believe that these gentlemen here have good intentions. And as I always say, regardless of what my belief is, time always tells. But I do believe they will reward your good faith. I believe they will reward your good faith. 100%. I believe that.
Solid tokens, baby. Solid tokens. We don't screw around.
Yeah, with pure utility.
And that's something that also sets you guys apart. The scalability of the project. I get asked all the time. This is because I meet people and they find out that I have a crypto podcast, so they start asking me questions, and I'm like, guys, stop. And they're like, what about Doge? And I have a visceral reaction to the word Doge now, because it's it's nothing against anybody that holds Doge. It's just the scalability of Doge is kind of garbage.
It's on the hype. Basically, that's what you call a hype coin.
Forget about Doge. You want a new coin? I'll tell you a new
Yeah.
coin.
Right. And that's
It's-
Ecom Finance.
It's Ecom Finance. That's the coin.
Like,
But-
listen,
That's a real investment.
in 10 years time, Doge will be nothing but a
Nothing.
weird like fever dream. Okay. Like
Yeah.
I really like, I'm hoping for the sake of their holders that I'm wrong, because I don't want to see people get f***ed, right? And it's not that they're
But
rugging.
there are people already getting.
It's
So-
what can they really do with it at this point, right? Like they're trying to find like use cases.
Purpose. Yeah.
And,
exactly.
Like that's the hard thing when, like, for instance, we had the test token guys on. I don't know if you ever heard of test token. Do not buy.
No, I'm not aware of it now.
He was testing some contract ideas and it was literally labeled test token, do not buy. And people started buying it and they kept buying it and the value started going up. And then it got audited and it passed its audit and they tried to get the audit shut down. They did the audit so that they could get disqualified because they didn't want to have to develop a use case for this thing they created to just test some smart contract ideas. Like,
Okay.
and that's where Doge is at right now. They're trying to figure out the utility because there's so much money in it now.
I mean, with Doge, it's built on hype, mate.
Right.
What it is, obviously, Elon Musk is tweeting here and there about Doge. That's because he's invested and he wants people to be basically be fed up with crypto. He wants to raise the price and drop it, and that's it. He doesn't want people to invest in crypto in the first place. So this is how he's manipulating the market,
Right.
by hyping it up and dropping it, and then people get fed up and they won't invest anymore in crypto.
There's a lot of talk there that we don't really have time for, right? But the reason why I brought up Doge and made that big point is your guys' starting point is usability, utility, scalability. And I tell people all the time, only invest into projects that are scalable. Only invest into things that have utility. Only invest into something that's doing something. So I tell people, I'm like, Doge is a joke. It started as a joke. Even the devs said, like, this was never really meant to be taken serious. But Ecom Finance is the antithesis of that. It is something to be taken serious. It's something to be watched. And, I do think that as long as your community acts right, there's no telling how this will change the space, especially with this debit card.
It's not just a debit card. We got partnerships as well. So that's something the Canadian boy could talk at the end of the before the end of the podcast.
Well, let's hit the
There's
partnerships
big
right now.
partnerships, yeah.
Let's talk
There's
about
big
the partnerships.
partnerships
I would
on the way.
love to hear about the partnerships.
Well, if you like what you saw with the GTA 5, eCoin and there's a new coin called Donny Coin, DONI. I'll let you. I know we're not going to get into too much detail, but this is the next big thing, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I love the next big thing.
This idea, this project is just gonna kick ass. I'll tell you why. Because it's mainly for streamers, gamers, Twitchers, YouTubers, whatever you want to, anything online.
Bloggers, yeah.
It's connected to it. So I'm just gonna leave you with that, and we're gonna get back on your show for that coin eventually on another time. But I need you to take a look at it. The website is up. It's at the bottom. This coin just got released a few weeks ago. Things are happening for this coin too. We are ready to put it on CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, getting influencers on this coin as well. It's going to be big too. I mean, eCoin and Donny Coin.
This is cool. This is cool. You guys got like you have your own little ecosystem.
Like our own, yeah, we do.
Well, it won't stop here because you know what? We're legit. There's been too many rug pulls out there and all this nonsense and bullshit. We put real things into these coins.
I do have a other bigger YouTube channel that streams every day.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just saying, with by the time we talk about Donny Coin, it'll have 120,000 subscribers plus. So
Ooh.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know what was interesting? We were streaming last night and someone asked us if we could accept crypto for donations. Like literally last night.
Okay, Donny is the definition of a donation.
Yeah.
So
What
Yeah,
it
that's-
does basically, Crawley, what it does basically, it's gonna donate to these people, to YouTubers, streamers, everything. We're gonna have so much. We're gonna have gamers. We're gonna do competitions in the future. There's just so much. I just posted the website. Take a look at it. Just click on it. You're gonna love it. It has that retro 80s.
I'm looking at it
gaming
right
website.
now. I actually took the initiative and Googled you. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Look at it. Look at it. You like how the thing moves with the mouse? You like that, eh?
it's very cool, man. Ooh, it's so satisfying.
You know what I'm saying? You know, look at this. Look at this.
it gives you a flashback. Yeah, it takes you back.
I'm not gonna lie. I love it when a website just moves when my mouse moves. I'm almost like a child in that sense. Anywhere on the screen, it moves in a correlation. Oh my goodness, it's so satisfying. Dopamine, give me that dopamine, serotonin, all the good things. But yeah, man, this is so
Happy
cool.
family. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Look at the road.
this is the last thing that I'm going to say about this. Are you ready?
Yeah, go for it.
This right here with eCoin and all their usability, and also with Donecoin, which is going to be coming up.
Yep.
Yes,
There's some really great use cases for these motherfuckers.
it's
And-
massive. It's
And
huge.
you know what? I think it would be very silly of you guys not to take a real hard look at these projects and to not even consider investing. I think that might be a mistake. Of course,
Yeah.
not financial advice by any means, but I don't think it would hurt in the slightest to take a long, hard look at Ecom Finance.
Future of crypto, baby.
You know
That's what we're doing
it
now.
very well may be, and I'm hoping that's what the future will tell. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you know what? I appreciate guys who work hard, and I appreciate people that push for that transparency. You guys have your audit, which means you're good to go. And everything can be found at ecoin-finance.com. It is a great website. Again, as I said, it's beautiful and it's super satisfying, even though I gotta tell you, the Donecoin website's a bit more satisfying. I'm not gonna lie there. It's
It's two different things. One's a card and one's for gamers, YouTubers. You know what I mean?
yeah, no. I get it. They're
At 80
different.
York of
They're
Donnie,
different
baby.
projects. They're different projects, but I really like what you guys got going on here. And it's honestly, it's so good. It is very good. Like,
Probably we're gonna get back to you on Donnie. We're gonna do a nice little
Another podcast over here.
yeah, let's do it now, folks. As I said, take a good look at Ecom Finance. You're going to want to. I'm also going to put the donnycoin.net in the description below so you can kind of get a little bit of head of the curve and do some research before the interview comes out.
Let's talk about the tokenomics on eCoin.
Yeah.
How
The tokenomics. Oh my goodness. Yes. And I was looking at them too. And I had a note for you, by the way, because you call it anti-whaling system or whale protection. That's a harpoon, brother. It's a harpoon.
Yeah.
Why don't people use the word harpoon? Like, let's use the word.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
The base. Yeah. It's like a protection. We done that. We had a free pre-launch. So no pre-sale. Fair launch. So on the fair launch, what happens is people try to buy a big amount and just hold it. And what we did was limit the amount, so they could buy a certain amount. So everyone gets a fair chance of buying in at the same time.
Right. This really just looks like kind of like with your bank account, right? Like you have a very low amount that you can actually trade, like 0.5%
of the total supply.
Of the total supply. And where the trade-off is, okay, where the trade-off is the fact you have the card to be able to spend your money.
That's correct, yeah. So they don't have to sell it on the market. They could just go purchase. They could buy a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or whatever.
I mean, I don't really use the Lambo language. I want a tank. Can I get a tank? Win tank.
Win ice cream. I'm
Win
getting
tank. Win tank. I have bigger dreams than a Lambo. I want a full functioning tank. Like full battle utility, right? Like
that's definitely a utility, yeah.
I really like legitly if you know my life continues the way it is, I'm going to see like a lot of success in my future. Like I want to have a full like tank in the foyer of my house. Like, that's just what I want. Just for great conversation piece, right? And I want to point the cannon right at the front door.
Well, you know
Blow
what?
the doors off.
Can you
I don't-
imagine if you try to break into that motherfucker and as soon as you open the door, like break through the front door, there's a tank sitting right there pointing at your face?
Your pants, mate.
That's and like get it set up to where like as soon as the door opens, there's like a sound that plays through it to make it seem like it's running. Like that's
Guys,
home security.
I love the podcast. I love the Crawley. Your energy is awesome.
Thank you.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
guys, check this out.
no, just go ahead. Sorry.
Check this out, guys. Like, get in on this. I think it'd be a good ride, and I'm excited for the future. I'm primarily excited because I want to see what else is going to happen. Because you've done some big things so far, and you plan to do big things. I gotta see it. You
know, when you make the investment, when people buy the tokens, they get a reflection of 2% of every transaction. So they will still, it's like a staking platform. So they will receive 2% out of every transaction, buy or sell.
And
So
that
they will
2%
get that 2%
can
back.
be substantial over time.
Yes, that's the wonders of tokenomics.
And like to put it into perspective for people who don't know crypto, all right, to double your money in the American bank system, it says it will take 800 years for you to double your money.
Yeah.
Now,
In
for
crypto.
with this, if you were to put in $5 today, you could very easily double your money tomorrow with a 2%
correct.
reflection. Like that is the beautiful thing about conservative investing because it pays off in the long run, especially when you have these reflectionary tokens.
Yeah.
Like that is the beauty of it. That's why it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to invest a very little amount because of what it can do for you.
Yeah, it keeps growing. You'll see it grow on your wallet. You'll see the 2% reflection going into your wallet every transaction. So
Whether
you
they
will see
buy
the
or
tokens
sell, that's what
growing.
that means, people. Whether
That's
people
correct.
buy or sell. And then also when you have the card too, that counts as a transaction.
No, that's when the tokenomics will be reduced or taken off.
Okay.
But we will have a different platform or a blockchain involved to gain some sort of cashback from
See,
every purchase.
That I'm very glad that you brought that up, right? Because that was something that we've yet to like fully discuss too. But I think that we can do a part 2 when the card comes out to
Of
really
course, yeah,
fully
yeah.
explain
Definitely.
how the card works to people, because this is a great fucking project. And I would love to kind of take this journey with you. Why not? You know,
Let's do
Why
it.
not?
if you'll have me, I would love to just sit and talk with you guys. And just as you get new developments, you come on and we just discuss it with the space. And that way you guys have a listenable interview to share with your communities.
Excellent. Thank you so
Definitely.
much, Crawley, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We appreciate your help, bud.
Yeah.
Of course, because you know what? It doesn't take much for me to see a good thing, right? And just how it's very easy to see a bad thing. And I don't offer endorsements lightly, right? But with all these things in play, I think this is it's worth looking into, because I'm never going to say it's worth buying, because that's not the type of show. It's not this type of show, right? But it's worth 100% looking into it and seeing if that's something you
100%.
want, the type of future you want for the space.
I got to.
With that being said, with that note, we got an end for Canadian Boy to go. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Take
Thank you.
care, man.
So, folks, you got to remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and share with all of your friends, and ring that bell so you can stay in the know for all these future projects that are coming down the pipeline. Because where else are you going to find informative podcasts that are also entertaining, talking to new projects every single day? With that being said, the next thing you need to do when you get some Ecom Finance in your wallet is you got to hold all that